Collins English Readers, in association with the Amazing People Club. Audio copyright, HarperCollins Publishers Limited, 2014. Amazing Entrepreneurs and Business People, Level 4.
Henry J. Heinz, the man who invented tomato ketchup.
I always loved growing and selling vegetables. I worked at other professions, but I always returned to my garden. I never imagined that a simple tomato sauce would have such an impact on the world. I was born on the 11th of October, 1844, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the USA. And I was the first of 8 children. My parents named me Henry John Heinz, a name I later used for my company, J Heinz. 4 years before my birth, my parents had emigrated to the USA from Bavaria in Germany. In the beginning, life was difficult for them, as they did not speak English. However, they had come to America to work hard and create a better life for themselves and their family. And that is what they did. In 1850, we moved to a town 8 kilometers from Pittsburgh called Sharpsburg. My father, John Henry, had a brickyard, a place where bricks used in construction work were made and sold. On one side of the brickyard, there was some spare land that my father did not use, and on it my mother, Anna Margareta, grew all of our fruit and vegetables. I learned a great deal from my mother and father. They worked hard, saved their money, and sent me to school to make sure I had a good education. When I was 14, my parents wanted me to become a priest, and they even enrolled me in a special school. They were both religious people, and they were members of a type of Protestant church. However, this was not the career I wanted to follow. I think I had a natural talent for business because when I was 8 years old, I started selling my mother's vegetables to our neighbors. By the time I was 12, I was growing vegetables on a piece of land that measured more than 14 square meters. I had a long list of customers, some who were even as far away as Pittsburgh. 2 years later, I did a couple of classes in accounting at a school called Duff's Mercantile College, which was the first business school in America. My mother had started making different kinds of pickles. These were vegetables that had been kept in either vinegar or salt water for a few months. They developed a strong flavor from the vinegar or salt and became really tasty. I also sold these to the customers we already had, and by selling in the streets, our customer list grew. In 1859, when I was 15, I stopped taking classes at school and went to work with my father at the brickyard. I continued growing and selling vegetables and pickles, but I also started a little business all of my own. One of the vegetables we grew was a small plant called horseradish, whose roots had a strong, spicy taste. It was possible to make a white sauce from the roots, which was very good when eaten with roast beef. I started selling my horseradish sauce along with the other vegetables. I was not the first person to sell horseradish sauce, but mine was presented in a different way. Until now, all the other sellers of the sauce put it into dark glass bottles so that you couldn't see what was inside. Some of the manufacturers had a bad reputation because pieces of other, cheaper vegetables and even small pieces of wood had been found in their sauces. I put my...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?